out of the blue side of the cage, David Griswold.
Alright, so that was just a little preview of my othering experience, which was to go see a mixed martial arts fight in Durham, North Carolina. The reason I chose to attend an MMA fight was that even though I played sports in high school, I played football and lacrosse, I'm not really a violent person. I've never been in a fight. One time somebody punched me in the eye, and then my friends kind of got him off me, but I was like the only fight I've ever been in my life. And I'm also pretty non-misogynistic or I guess liberal in my views about women and things like that, and violence, you know, kind of anti-war and things like that. So I thought this would be a totally different experience for me. So first up, the people at the fights. These people looked pretty normal. I don't want to say they're abnormal or anything. It was actually really diverse. There's a lot of different, you know, looked like there was some rich people who were buying like martinis and stuff, and then there were people in t-shirts buying Bud Light. And actually, you know, it was pretty well represented racially compared to like a concert or a comedy show, which I think are typically, you know, pretty homogenous. But they were thirsty for blood, I'd say. These people, as soon as the fight began, everybody was yelling and screaming. There was some video of some women even who were yelling and screaming, just yelling for carnage, you know, things like kick his ass or kill him or pick him up and throw him to the ground and that kind of stuff, just screaming the whole time at the cage. And you know, it was a little uncomfortable because this, you know, I didn't really know exactly what to do. Do you join in? Do you just let it happen, which is probably, you know, what you end up doing. But yeah, there was just people screaming and yelling the whole time. And then there's, of course, the ring girls that you can see there that are sort of being paraded around. Now, I was actually with my friend and his girlfriend, so it was a little bit awkward because the whole time the MC's sort of making sexual jokes, and most of the people in the crowd seemed to be in on it and sort of enjoyed it. You know, there was like the bikini girls, they were giving cat calls and stuff while they were walking around the ring, and you know, they're wearing these high heels with these bikinis. So it was interesting. Obviously, they're there for, I guess, visual entertainment while there aren't two people trying to basically hurt each other as much as possible. But it was awkward. I felt a little bit bad for them basically the whole time. I thought it was just sort of a strange situation.
All the way from Burlington, Vermont, where she's studying to be a Sunday school teacher.
And finally, the fighters. I mean, that was like a whole ritual too, where they walk up to the ring and they're like got their music blasting and they kind of got their mean faces on and they're getting ready to go out there. And then, you know, once they're in the ring, I mean, it was violent. I mean, these people were hitting each other with a lot of force, and it was just kind of frighteningly violent. But it was exciting. I got a little bit caught up in at least that it was action packed. It was exciting. So some of the conclusions were. I definitely felt like a fish out of water. I felt like I didn't understand the culture. You know, I wasn't sure what I was seeing. I didn't understand a lot of the vocabulary that people were using while they're talking about it. And, you know, even if I did, I was uncomfortable with some of the things that were being shouted and everything like that. So I think it was a good process for reflecting on the fact that, you know, someone's culture that's different than yours, you need to be aware of how, you know, what a struggle that is if that's your everyday experience. You know, for me, this was like a project where I had to go out and seek out something that I felt uncomfortable with, but something to keep in mind, just that some people go through this every day, that they feel slightly uncomfortable or out of their comfort zone. when they come to school every day. So yeah, that was something to really reflect on, and I definitely have the privilege of being very much in my comfort zone, especially at school. You know, that's something I really enjoy doing. So it's something that I'm going to try to take into the classroom with me, knowing that, you know, my students are all unique. They all come from a different culture and background, and I have to keep that in mind every time I go into the classroom. That you know, my expectations for a student are not necessarily within their comfort zone. And so I'm just going to leave you with this was a pretty big hit of the night. This was the one knockout that we did see. So I hope you enjoyed, and thanks to everybody involved.